Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal. It's a pre-recorded episode, but this is awesome. It's a couple of days before we air it. You know, 1420 is a coach that we're following all through production, and we're going to go inside and look at it. They were just working on the heated floors of 1420, so we don't want to go too far into the coach, but we're going to go inside and look at how the floor plan is progressing. And speaking of 1420, these are actually the drawers. We're going to look at those in just a second. I want to mention something before. We're coming up on Christmas and we're coming up on colder weather. Winterization is a big topic of interest for a lot of people. I received a couple of emails over the last week on winterization, and with marathon coaches, there's no exact science. Most of our owners store their coaches indoors, but there's a few things that you can do to help winterize your coach when it comes to getting it ready for storing it. The number one thing that, and keep in mind, I'm not the one that knows all of this. I've been accessing information from our service techs, our service managers, and a few of our owners. Actually, I tapped into this. Even Shane Pennebaker, our new salesman, who's on our team, I talked to him about winterization because he's used to a lot of that coming from the RV world. Maybe not marathon world, but in the RV world, there's a lot of things that can go either way when it comes to winterization. Now, getting to the quick of it, really, when it comes to winterizing a marathon, our COO, Steve Irvin, said the best thing you can do for winterization is head south. How about Palm Springs area? Which I thought was really funny, and he's not lying. But to winterize a marathon, number one thing is when you plug it in, make sure you're getting good power. The one thing that Terry over in service told me that you could really look for is make sure you're plugged in, you're getting good power. Heated bays. Our bays are heated, so make sure you're getting heat into the bays that need it. There's also a lot of things you can do with the tanks, and dumping the tanks or cleaning the tanks or having a solution added to the tank or a cleaner added to the tank so that stuff doesn't dry on the sides. There's a lot of things that go into winterizing a coach, but what my advice to you is, talk to your service center, whether it be Florida, Texas, or Oregon. Talk to them about your individual needs for winterization, because some people, they go to the desert. Some people, they go to they leave it in a storage facility that is at least indoors but maybe not heated. They leave it outdoors. Some people leave it in a nice heated garage or bus barn. So each individual is different. The other thing I want to add is each individual location can be different. Winterization in Coburg, Oregon, where we are at, we get down to, mid 30s at night, might be different than Madison, Wisconsin, which gets significantly below that, for their weather at night. So each individual area or location can be different. That's kind of my uneducated version of winterization, but I think my top advice is make sure you're plugged in and make sure that you talk to your individual service departments, whether it be here in Oregon, of course, Florida and Texas also, and they'll give you some advice and thoughts depending on your individual needs for your individual marathon. Okay, 1420. Look at these drawers. The drawers are in for 1420. We're going to go inside in just a minute and take a look at the inside of this coach. Very custom coach, and there's a lot of custom elements that are already exposed in this coach. We probably have about two and a half more months on this coach, but there's a lot that goes in to building a custom coach. And the owners of 1420 are very experienced at owning not just a marathon, but RVs in general. They've had many RVs over the years, and lots of heavy equipment. So they know about winterizing, I'm sure, as that's still on the brain. Take a look at this is something we don't really get to focus on a lot, but this is actually the salon slide out. So as you see behind me, that yellow scaffolding is rolled into the driver's side salon slide out This is actually going to be installed probably in the next 20 to 25 days. But as you can see, the dinette is in, the table of course is not, and then the sofa will go here, storage behind on both scenarios, dinette and sofa. But lots of the infrastructure is already in, and then once they get into that finishing phase of this slide out, they'll put the stiles and the valances in there, but you can see where the wire plugs are in there for a quick connect of those applications. All right, let's go around to this side, or the curbside patio side, and I want to show you, when I talk about customization, I want to show you what I mean by that. Coach 1420, and like I mentioned earlier, the owners of this coach that customized this one, they're very experienced at it, and so as they move down the history of their marathon ownership, they have fine-tuned the things that work, the things that don't work, the things they like, the things they don't like. And they've added some blue this time to this coach. Their two previous marathons had some beautiful maroon, or a deeper red. I shouldn't say maroon. And that is still in this coach in 1420, but we added some blue. Theme that you'll see throughout this coach is that blue accent color. And look at those riser tiles. Isn't that just stunning? With the lighting behind it, now keep in mind we just installed those. So with that lighting cascading, that's the word of the day, Shane, cascading, on those tiles, it's just fantastic. So I'm really excited to see it. We're gonna go inside and check the progress. All right, as I come in, one of the things that I love about this is this deep, rich brown in this cockpit. This is going to be absolutely fantastic on this coach. It is such a beautiful brown, and I don't know if the camera can pick that up, Shane. A lot happening in this coach. And you know, another thing that really stood out to me is how much has changed just in the last 7 to 10 days. And you can see, and the reason we're not going back is because they have set, the quick set is down, they're letting it dry. If I were to step on that, it would definitely leave footprints in the heated floor pads that are down. And so we don't want to go back there until that is dry. And so that's all the way to the back. But we can actually come to about right here, and we can see that the super bath is back there, and the Schluter guard is up in the shower. We're going to start working as soon as they're done with the flooring, and then they put the protective coating over the floor to protect it while we continue production. Then they're going to head over and start doing the tile work and the solid surface work in the super bath. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Yeah, triple slide Marathon H3, fantastic. Pantry. Also, another favorite aspect of mine is the Appliance Dream Center. Now, the owners have had 2 of those versions before. This is their 3rd version, and they're fine-tuning what needs to go where, or what they need. Do they need all the appliances? Do they need more storage? In this one, I'm not going to talk about it in detail yet until the reveal, because I want you to see all the appliances or the storage that they did. But their experience with the Appliance Center, and now they're fine-tuning more storage or more appliances, and that's going to be cool to see when we finally get done. Is this an occasional? Yeah, cool. Curbside occasional table was brought in today also. Looks like they're going to be installing that over here. I saw the Wayne's wall being fitted earlier today, and you can see that they've got the level on it. They're pulling the wires through where they need to be. 1420 really coming together, and it's really cool to see it with all of the customizations. I'm actually standing right now on the most important aspect of customization in this coach. There is the most beautiful inlay under this thick plywood that I'm standing on that's protecting it. So underneath this is the finished inlay on the floor. There's a beautiful floor all the way around it, but right here is the centerpiece of this salon, and it really is going to stand out. So I'll be excited to show you that once we get it completed. And that's the carrot that I'm going to dangle in front of the Easter Bunny. Be yourself and do good things. Thank you so much. The winterization thing is so interesting to me because it's, you know, I was in the military and doing PMCS and literally getting and keeping equipment mission ready is a big part of the military response, depending on the whatever segment it is you are in the military. And so, yeah, winterization is important. Protect your investment. And if you don't know how to, like me, I don't know how to winterize a marathon coach. I had to ask, and I asked a ton of people. And Shane can attest. We got all kinds of opinions about it, but it's really important. So reach out to, reach out to other owners. Reach out to people in service. Call Kurt Nelson. Call Chris Welch. Call Chris Lewis. Call Perry in Florida. Call those guys and say, hey, talk to me about winterization. What do I need to do? I store my coach indoors, but it's not heated. What do I need to do with my coach? I'm going to leave it for 2 months, or I'm going to leave it for 4 months. Or like Steve Irvin said, the boss, take it on down to Palm Springs and enjoy the weather down there. Be yourself and do good things. 1420 coming together.